What's up, guys, and welcome to the Cool Cats Corner, where we're going to talk about things like investing, submitting to PSA, and what to look for when you're trying to get your cards submitted to PSA. And so our first topic of discussion today is going to be counterfeit cards. With the popularity of Pokemon and things, as prices keep going up, there's chances that you're going to run into fake cards, fake packs, and different things like that, as you've seen happen to us on occasion on the channel. So we're going to go to our local card shop and we're going to take a look at some fake cards and show you how you can spot the difference. All right, so guys, let's go. All right, guys, we're here at our local card shop, Wasteland Gaming, and we're going to take a look at some of the fake cards that have come through their shop, and we can kind of give you guys an idea of what to look for because, Pokemon cards are getting up there in value, and these are the times where you can see some more fakes. So to start out, we have a Rio base set Tangela. The most important thing is to always look at the back. You can see how it's darker, and the lettering, the colors is always an important thing to keep in mind. And then sometimes the front can be faded out, as it will show you here with this fake Tangela. So if you look, just the difference in text, you can see that this is clearer, darker, this is more faded, and not as vibrant, along with the coloration.
And if you look closely at the Tangela's picture, you can see the one on the right is actually like a print. You can see that the Tangela's foot is a little faded. The background,
the coloring is not.
Pixelated.
Yep, it's not as clear coming through. And obviously, the clearest way is to take a look at the back. I mean, you can kind of see that this Pokeball is not as clear.
Yeah.
As the real one on the right. So if you actually take a look at other ones, this, is a clear, obvious sign that, you don't want anything that's washed out unless, for some reason it's been out in the sun or exposed to, the elements. But usually the key sign is to take a look at the back. You can see, look, the yellow. This is more yellow, this is more orange. It's faded. You can see that the design patterns aren't clear coming through when compared to the original, which is on the right. So, this has this, shiny gloss, and most people will, like in Magic, try to maybe fake it by giving it, rubbing it on something to give it kind of a worn look. That way maybe it looks more light played. And you can see, other cards here that most of the back is usually the same. This faded background, again. So usually you want to check the back and see and make sure that it looks legit. And the next thing is also texture. I mean, the card should have kind of a glossy feel. And then if it's too it doesn't feel right, also that's another good indicator that it could be fake. And obviously you don't want to, the surest test, obviously is the rip test.
Yeah.
But you obviously can't rip every card you do, but usually I advise people to go with their gut. If you feel like this isn't a right card or something's off about it, always go with your gut, because your gut's usually right when it comes. So we'll just go take a look at some of these other ones that have come through the card shop.
So these are cards that he set aside as people try and come in and try to sell fake cards. And these cards in themselves are 100% fake. As you can see, the background, it looks like it's papery. It looks like it's definitely.
So on the camera, it kind of looks like it might look original, but if you actually look in person, it's really washed out. And then these are good training tools, just so that his employees can have a reference to what to look for in terms of when cards come through. And as you can probably see, these are all like EX series cards, which is usually the most reproduced set. So if you're ever trying to buy some EX series cards, just always be careful. And we've run into the issues with their Dragon Frontiers pack where they've been resealed in the original packaging, but have been fake cards inside. So you always want to, you know, make sure that if anything is off or you feel, you know, it's not right, then go with your gut. And as you can see, I think we have this, you know, SB on here, and you know,
you can, so
like it's super shiny. Like
it's not the right foiling.
Yeah, like WotC doesn't make foil that's like this. This is almost like
Plasticky.
Like our basketball card, like mosaic reflective. Like you can see me reflected in the foiling here. And so, and then we also had, like, you know, a guy post on his Discord that he got some cards from his friend. It was like a Houndoon. And he's like, I've never seen this. And it had like this gold border. And, you know, I told him, it's like, I looked it up. It's like, there's nothing with a gold border. So he kind of ripped it up and found out that it wasn't real. And obviously, I think James said it was cool. But, you know, obviously the rip test, you can see that there is no inner. There should be a thin black layer in between the two cards that they use to indicate that it is real. So this is just obviously something printed on a printer.
Right. So the black layer is there to really identify a few things. One, it's for printing purposes on the actual legitimate card. Two, it allows, it is a counterfeit measure where you can shine a light between it, and like you can actually see that there's like no gluing and things like that. If we actually shine a light between these, which we don't have handy, that's like the last test. If you can't do visual.
If you can't do the visual one, is to take a really bright light source and then shine it through the back, and usually it should come, unless it's the hollows, but it should come clean through. If it doesn't, if you can't see the light clearly, or there's, you know, weird things coming through, then that's usually a good indicator that the card either has been, you know, glued to. I don't think people do that in Pokemon. People mostly do that in Magic, where they'll take
two different cards. They're trying to
fool you into thinking that it's maybe a alpha or beta card by gluing a back to a cheaper or a reprint of the card and then smushing it down. You don't get that much here, but you just can get the printing.
Pokemon more is just focused around printing and this, again, these cards that we're looking at, it might be kind of hard to see on the camera, but these were 100% printed on paper, a thicker paper, not actual like the material that, you know, Pokemon Company or WotC used to use.
Right. So the easiest way is to just look at the back of the card. If it looks faded, washed out, if details aren't clear, like if this Pokeball, the color white is more off-white, or if this looks like pixelated, you know, those are really good indicators that maybe the card you're looking at is not genuine.
Yeah.
So, you know, it's always best to do your due diligence. Like, you know, if you see a card that's unique, you know, obviously the best indicator is, you know, if this is a, you know, $2,000 card, but someone's trying to sell it to you for $20, you know, sometimes, you know, the common sense, like, does that really make sense?
A red flag,
yeah, that should be like, why is he selling this $2,000 card for only $20? You know, so just be safe out there when you're buying Pokemon cards. And just to show you, this is the real base Tangela. And even on camera, this one looks much darker than in person.
Yeah. Well, here's a rip test. Let's see that black line.
So
I can already see it from here.
Yep, see? This layer should be present in all cards. Just as a printing, it's just something that happens during the printing process. So, but obviously we can't rip all of our cards. So always trust your gut and go by the visuals. All right, thanks guys. This is the part one or our first video in our series, and we got quite a few more videos to come in this series. So remember, smash that like button, subscribe, bell notifications, and we'll see you guys soon. Deuces, dabs.